Hello and welcome back to my channel. Once again, I'm Bunny Cakes. It is day 5 of Vlogmas, technically. I'm filming late, pulling a Peter. um, I completely skipped out on day 3. I'll tell you about that in a minute. Um, so I'm going to do, uh, wait, day 4, not day 3. Day 4 and day 5 together in one big video. Okay, so the prompt for day 4 is to talk about your favorite holiday food and perhaps share or cook a recipe. I love holiday foods, so I celebrate every holiday that has food. If you have a holiday and there's food involved, invite me. I will show up. I will celebrate regardless of beliefs. I like food. Um, So I love turkey. I love ham. One of my favorite traditions that we've started the last uh, couple of years is when I'm not working on Christmas Eve, I cook a steak dinner. um, and thankfully, with my new job, I have, I always have the holidays off, which is nice. Um, though this year we're starting a slightly separate tradition. We're cooking, instead of making a Christmas Eve dinner, I'm making a Christmas Eve dinner so that we have the day between Christmas Eve. We'll probably have pizza or something nice and easy so there aren't a lot of dishes so we can cook Christmas dinner the next day. Um, so I love cooking steak. I like a lot of different holiday foods. Something we always have to have is Pygmy always makes stuffing muffins. Love them. They are required at every holiday meal, except for Easter when we have beef stew and chili. We don't do stuffing muffins then. But Thanksgiving, Christmas, always stuffing muffins. Um, and ham. I love ham. This year for Christmas dinner, we're going to have turkey breast and ham. I'm looking forward to it. Um, and so the recipe that I'm going to share, I didn't cook in the kitchen for multiple reasons. Um, but one of my favorite recipes that I make, and I rarely ever make it, I haven't made it in Mason and I were talking, I think it's been about 6 or 7 years, something like that, um, are my oatmeal cookies with brown butter icing. So they're these really delicious, soft oatmeal cookies that have raisins and chocolate chips. Um, and then I brown some butter in a pan and I make a frosting out of it and I drizzle it over the cookies. They are amazing. Um, Sometimes I'll add other things, but this time I made just the basic oatmeal cookie recipe. I think I made nearly 10 dozen. For some random reason, I decided to double the recipe, and I almost needed a bigger bowl. I had this big bowl of batter that was at the absolute top after I had all the chocolate chips and everything in. Um, I will post a picture like here or here somewhere of them. I haven't put the frosting on them yet. They're the pictures of them in the boxes that I'm holding them in right now. Um, but I'm going to make the frosting tomorrow because I have hit my wall of energy. I've run out of spoons. Because of what happened to me yesterday. um, so I'll go ahead and get into that. Yesterday was Saturday, and Saturday is usually the day of the week that we go shopping because I work Monday through Friday. So I use my weekends to do other things. So I went shopping as per usual. Um, our shopping, usually something goes sideways when we rearrange our shopping schedule. We have a pattern that we follow, and when we deviate from the pattern, something weird happens. Um, So I also didn't sleep well, and it wasn't because I stayed up all night reading. I didn't. Um, I did get pretty far in that book. I wanted to finish. I haven't finished it yet, but I got far enough in it that I feel like it's a really good gift for the person that I'm giving it to, and they should receive it Monday or Tuesday, I believe, according to the tracking. Um, so hopefully they'll get it and they will like it as much as I think they will. Um, as well as the other gifts I sent. But anyway, we went shopping. We went to one of the stores we usually go to last. We went to there first, and I was grumpy because I was tired, but also I got irritated at the guy who was bagging the groceries because he he put my cold items all mixed into my other items. Like every bag had a cold item in it instead of all of the cold items together. But I'm trying to be good because it's almost Christmas. Even though I am Krampus, I'm trying to be good. So I didn't do anything Karen-y. I just grumped inside my head. And then I grumped to Pygmy when I got out to the car and was putting the groceries in. But I was nice. I'm just saying, there's a way of doing things. The cold items go in the bags with the cold items. Anyway, um, pretty much everything went fine shopping. We stopped and we had the new peppermint uh, blizzard from Dairy Queen. That's what I ate for breakfast and lunch. um, and then we went and got some of the new KFC French fries. Oh my God, the new KFC French fries are awesome. I know Wendy's is promoting their French fries, but KFC needs to come out and do a mic drop because their French fries are better. Um, so we got home. Well, we finished shopping. I got the last of my Christmas gifts. I got Pygmy this really awesome gift. And I had to go to great lengths to hide it from her because she was in the car with me all day. So I had to like hide it in bags and I had to put it in the very back of the car where she couldn't snoop. um, and so we got home and everything was fine. We were parking the car and I got out to make sure that we were parked properly. And the last week or so, because the weather's been weird, my back has been acting up. It's not been painful as much as my body isn't operating the way it normally should. Uh, so I have a very high pain threshold, and if pain isn't at a certain level, I don't recognize it at all that it's happening. I have to pay attention to what my body is doing. So where I have sciatica often, um, before the pain gets bad enough for me to recognize it, usually what will happen is like my leg doesn't work as a leg like it's supposed to. So sometimes it'll just stop working and I fall over because my leg just gives out. Or what's more common is that like I'll go to step up on something and my leg doesn't lift all the way because the nerve is pinched and the signals get all confused or whatever medical sciencey stuff that I'm too tired to figure out how it works. So what happened is I wear Doc Martens, so they have the thick sole, and I went to step up on the curb, but my leg didn't quite go as high as I thought it did, so I hit the curb with my foot, but I had enough forward momentum that I fell forward. Luckily, I am an expert at falling after almost 40 years of falling on my face on a fairly regular basis. Um, so instead of hitting my head on the rock wall that holds our yard up and our fence, I caught it with my hands. Um, and Then I had to bring all the groceries in. I wasn't hurting. Everything was fine. Everything was fine until it wasn't. Um, and the weather has been making my hands and my back hurt anyway. So I came home. I got all the groceries in. I put everything away. Um, and Pygmy made a chicken salad for dinner. I was so tired, but I stayed up long enough to have chicken salad, and then I took some medicine, um, and then I went to sleep. And my plan was that I was going to get up because I had one of my English as a second language students uh, scheduled to tutor them at like 8. And so I laid down and I went to sleep. And I woke up and I canceled that lesson and I went back to sleep. And I woke up at like 10:30 this morning. I slept for like 13 and a half hours. And I woke up this morning and either my preemptive medicating didn't do anything, or my preemptive medicating is the entire reason I was able to walk at all this morning. Um, I woke up and my hands were really bad. Of course, the way I caught myself, it exacerbated my carpal tunnel because I caught myself with the heels of my hands, and I didn't break anything, but it really upset my carpal tunnel. So this morning, especially with this hand, which is my worst hand, my middle finger, I couldn't bend it at all, or just very barely bend it. Um, and I was in a lot of pain trying to move my lower back. It was awful. So I woke up and I realized I hadn't vlogged and that I had all this other stuff I wanted to do. And so I started medicating. Like, I took a handful, what it felt like a handful of like Advil dual action and some other medicine that I have for my back. And I have this pain relief gel. I had Mace slather that all over the back of me, and I let that kick in really good, and I started to feel better-ish. Like, it didn't feel quite as much like my legs were going to buckle underneath me. Um, and then I decided that what would make me feel better is if I took a really hot shower and used the massage head just on my back, especially my lower back, which is really angry. Um, so I sat in there and I used up like all the hot water on my back, and finally, finally, it felt like I had some relief. And then I had Mace put more of the pain relief gel on my back before things could start hurting, and then I took some more Advil. Um, and things are mostly better now. Um, then I proceeded to make my cookies, and I also made 3 kinds of rum balls, uh, most of which I did sitting in a chair in the kitchen, without moving as much as possible. And we have hard wooden kitchen chairs, but I have a memory foam like sciatica pillow that I sat on, and I think that helped my back a lot. Like, I'm tender. I could probably use some more of the pain relief gel, and I'll probably wake Mace up and have him put some of that on me because I can't reach not all of the spots I need. Um, Also, speaking of Mace, hopefully the clicking sound is not in this video, because I'm reasonably certain that faint clicking sound was the sound of him typing. So today I have closed the office door and he's asleep. So if the clicking sound is still in this video, I have no idea what it is. Okay, so that brings us into day 5, and day 5 is the prompt is tell a story about how you met your best Judy or your partner. So I'm going to talk about how I met Mace. So Mace and I met when we were in high school. Um, he's a little bit younger than I am, so he was a sophomore when I was a senior, when we met. And I can't remember. I want to say it was we had seen each other around a little bit, but it was like field day when we first properly met. Um, and we had some friends in common. I was friends uh, with the girl he was dating at the time. Um, and we were like on the wrestling team together. I was on the wrestling team for like 5 minutes. And then I realized that that kind of physical activity wasn't for me. I was in like JROTC, and I was on the drill team with them and everything, and the wrestling team was just too much, and also I didn't get along with the wrestling coach. Anyway, back to the story of me and Mace. So we met when we were in high school. Um, he was uh, he was 15 going on 16, or he had already turned 16. Anyway, it was around then. And I was 18. Um, and we were friends, like not super close friends, but we were friends during that time. And then the next year, after I had graduated, I was still going up to the school because I had to pick my little brother up from school so he could come home earlier. So he walked to school, and at the end of the day, he could come home like an about an hour sooner if I walked up and grabbed him instead of him waiting for all of the other kids to go home before they would leave the kids who walked home. So I would walk up to the middle school and pick up my brother, and it was closer for us to walk up through the high school and over the hill to get back home. So I would stop and talk to some of my friends who were still in school, because I was friends with um, a lot of juniors and sophomores when I was a senior. So I still had a lot of friends at the school. So I'd stop and say hi as they were getting on the buses and that sort of thing. And as me and my brother were walking through, so Mace and I would occasionally talk some, and we just had a lot of mutual friends. Um, and so we talked a lot over that school year and that summer. And I believe, yeah, it was that December that we started dating. He had broken up with the girl he was dating, and we live in such a small town. Like I knew all of the girls that, or not all of the girls, but I knew two of the girls. I was actually good friends with both of them that he had dated before me. Um, and I actually didn't date anyone in high school, because there was just nobody that hit my radar. Um, but that's how Mason and I met. We met in school. We've known each other for, God, like, well, we just had our 19-year dating anniversary, so we've known each other for little over 20 years. Um, and my relationship with him is actually the longest relationship that I know of in my life, except for my brother and sister's grandparents um, were together for like almost their entire lives until my sister's granddad passed away. Um, so yeah, we've been together a really long time. We kind of uh, we've been together since we were young adults, really. Um, and let's see, we've given each other a lot of really great gifts. I'm thinking that my favorite gift I've ever given him is possibly the gift. Well, actually, two of the gifts that I'm giving him this year, and the gift that Pygmy, his mom, is giving him, because they kind of go together. Um, I'm not going to say what they are on the off chance that he watches my channel. So, um, I don't want there to be any spoilers. Um, and let's see, other stuff I did today. Other than baking cookies, I watched Ernest Saves Christmas while I started baking cookies. I forgot how much I love that movie. It was brought up in my Christmas party slash work meeting on Thursday, and I had to watch it. And oddly, also Pygmy and Candy brought up wanting to watch it, which is what pushed me over the edge to watch the movie. So love that movie. It's the first real Christmas movie that I've watched this year. Um, and then after I finished watching that, I finished listening to Talk Like Ted. So I finished a book today. Um, and then I made dinner. I made pigs and blankets because I really wanted them. I had a late dinner, and then I had to finish some work stuff that I had signed up for and then forgotten about until my boss reminded me. Um, and then I started filming this vlog, so there's that. um, so yeah, it's other than waking up in a significant amount of pain. Um, it's been a pretty good day, pretty productive. Oh, the other thing I did today is I finally put the star on the Christmas tree, and I will put a picture of it like here, maybe, um, to show you what the star looks like. I DIY'd the star. So Pygmy wanted to have a gold and white Christmas tree this year, and we were looking for a topper for it. Usually we have like a bow or something on the top, but we kind of wanted to do something different. Um, and I found this star ornament that was the perfect shade of gold for a tree, but it's actually not designed to be a tree topper. Um, and also, it didn't have any lights on it or anything. So I took some fairy lights and I weaved through the netting of the star, and then I hot glued a little piece to the bottom of it so I could put it on the tree. Um, and so it lights up, and it's battery powered, so we have to turn it off separately from the tree, but it looks so cute at the top of the tree. It looks like perfect. I'm so happy with it. Um, Pygmy did an amazing job decorating our tree, and I'm just going to show the top of the tree for right now. But once Pygmy, tomorrow, I believe she's going to put up uh, the little Christmas scene that she puts up every year on our tree. Before we put the gifts out, she always likes to do a little village or a scene or something below the tree. Usually we have it up a lot sooner, but this year, things just kind of got away from us. So she's going to put it up and take pictures, and then I still have to wrap Christmas presents, but it's, Christmas is Saturday. I have a whole week to do it. I know Pygmy and Candy have their presents wrapped, so I'm the last one to wrap everything, but also I have to wait until everybody goes to sleep because they come in here and they snoop. They try to catch me wrapping their gifts, um, and they hate that I won't tell them what their gifts are, so it's very fun for me to tell them that I know what their gifts are and give them little hints as to what their gifts are, knowing that they're never going to guess what their gifts are. And that is one of the reasons I'm Krampus. I'm slightly evil at Christmas, but, that is life. Sometimes you have to be a little bit evil to have a good time. So yeah, that's really all I have to share. I'm looking forward to, I think tomorrow while I'm working, I'm going to finish reading that book that I am giving to a friend of mine. And I hope he enjoys it. Well, honestly, I'll just say it's a book that I'm giving to Peter, that I hope he likes, and I found it a few weeks ago, And I kept saying I'm going to read it and see if it fits, and I think it will be very fitting for, I think he'll like it, and it's very fitting for this time of year and for this time in his life. So hopefully he likes it, and hopefully we'll find out soon-ish, because he should get it in the mail very soon. Thankfully, the shipping between Kentucky and Indiana is very quick. Okay, so that's all I have to share for today. Since this has been a double vlog, it's actually the longest vlog I think I've posted so far. So I'm going to try to get this uploaded before, like, daybreak, hopefully. Hopefully it renders quickly, and it uploads to YouTube quickly. Thank you again for watching, and I will be back, well, at this point, later today with Vlogmas Day 6. And you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye.